What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and check out your boy Steven Dorff, man. Coming off the top rope with it, man. Coming off the top rope down on top of Marvel, man. This guy is absolutely out of control. The original Blade star, Steven Dorff, is sick of Marvel's worthless garbage. Man, calls it worthless garbage. That's all right for us to say, but the actors are saying, yo, like I said, man, this guy is flying off the top rope with the flying elbow, man. It's absolutely hilarious. Mocks MCU's Blade. We already did it and made it the best. Yeah, Steven Dorff, he was this guy right here. That's Deacon Frost from the original Blade back in 98. And you know, it was a great film, you know, kind of kick-started all of the current comic book stuff that you see today. If you haven't gone and seen the original Blade, you're missing out. Go see it. Wesley Snipes in it as Blade, does a great job. And, you know, kind of makes you a little nervous for this new Blade movie that's coming out. And he kind of addresses that. Let's go ahead and jump into this article. So Steven Dorff is no stranger to railing against Marvel. The actor went viral in 2021 after telling The Independent that Black Widow looks like garbage. It did look like garbage, and that he was embarrassed for its leading star Scarlett Johansson. Now Dorff is back with a fresh Marvel tirade, courtesy of the Daily Beast. The actor, who flexed his comic book chops opposite Wesley Snipes in 1998's Blade, said he'd only want to star in contemporary comic book films if they were more like when I started when we made Blade, or the few that have been decent over the years, like when Nolan did The Dark Knight and reinvented Batman from Tim Burton. Yeah, I think that he's absolutely correct. You know, there's been a very few kind of highlights in the comic book film genre since his time. You know, you got Blade, of course, you have, I think, the first two X-Men, solid. Got the two Spider-Man movies, really, Spider-Man 1 and 2 at that particular time. Solid. You got the Dark Knight trilogy. Okay, solid. There's a few others that I can't think of right now that maybe you can add to the mix. Definitely some Marvel films. Okay, you know, the Captain America trilogy, I think, is pretty solid. All right. And then the Avenger films, you know, minus, you know, Age of Ultron. I think that those are all good additions. Of course, I personally enjoyed Man of Steel. Maybe not, y'all didn't, but I personally liked Man of Steel. I thought it was a unique, interesting take, and definitely was one of the top, you know, comic book films for this particular period of time. But there's others. You guys can jump down and let me know which ones you would add to that list. All this other garbage is just embarrassing. You know what I mean? Dorff continued. I mean, God bless them. They're making a bunch of money, but their movies suck. And nobody's going to remember them. Nobody's remembering Black Adam at the end of the day. I didn't even see that movie. It looks so bad. I mean, I enjoy Black Adam. I saw it. You guys can check out my review of Black Adam above. I thought it was cool. You know, I gave it a decent score, and I thought that, you know, there were some opportunities for improvement. And it was obvious that Black Adam wasn't liked by a lot of people. A lot of people didn't go and watch it. And so, you know, it suffered because of that. You know, everything ain't for everybody. According to Dorff, the future of cinema rests with the upcoming new talents like director Eddie Alcazar, who helmed Sundance's Divinity, which stars Dorff, and not in making Black Adam and worthless garbage over and over again. Marvel is currently developing a new take on Blade for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but not all has gone according to plan. Mahershala Ali is attached to the role, but original director Bassem Tariq exited the film 2 months before the intended production date. Yann Demange is currently set to direct the MCU's Blade movie. Dorff said there's no chance the MCU bests the 1999 or 98 original, which was directed by Steve Norrington. Marvel is used to me trashing them anyway, Dorff said. How's that PG Blade movie going for you? Man, that's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. But, I mean, the PG-13 doesn't make sense for Blade, you know? We've said that. I'll link that video above. I've been talking about that. PG-13 for Blade is out, okay? It's just like doing a PG-13 horror film, okay? You can make them good, you know. We saw Megan just a little bit ago. Megan was a solid horror film. You know, it was more comedy than horror, but nevertheless, solid film, PG-13. But they edited all the blood out, and it kind of loses its edge when you kind of take away the fright part of the gore. You know, gore has a certain visceral, frightening feel to it. And when you take it out of the movie and remove all of that stuff from the movie, you know, it loses something. You can't deny that. All right. So yeah, PG-13 Blade movie, it's gonna just feel nah. I'd rather go back and watch the original Blade. That again, that's just me. Okay. Hard R. Blade needs to be hard R. I've been saying that. that can't get a director, he laughs. Well, they got a director now, because anybody who goes there is going to be laughed at by everyone because we already did it and made it the best. There's no Steve Norrington out there. Yeah, he's right about that. You know, honestly, I don't know if Marvel's going to shift courses with this whole PG-13 idea for Blade. They'd be smart to do it. They would be very smart to do it. I know right now Marvel is retooling a lot of things for Phase 5 and Phase 6 going forward. We've seen those articles and videos out there. So I know that that's going to happen. They may want to sit down and take a deeper look at Blade, see who the audience is for this, and say, hey, you know what? We got to go hard R with this. There's no way around it. Earlier in the interview, Dorff said he'd do mainstream movies all the time if they were good. The actors added, if the 1 or 2 a year that happen don't, for whatever reason, cast me in a role. I'm not going to lose sleep over it because I wasn't one of the 50 people in Oppenheimer. I mean, it looks cool, but to me, unless you're playing Oppenheimer, I don't want to be in that movie, he laughs, unless it's a Friends movie, and then I'll do a scene or a pop-up. You know, I mean, ultimately, Stephen Dorff's just talking shit. That's what a lot of these cats out here do sometimes when they're, you know, acting careers, you know, kind of going in different areas, okay? He's just talking shit, and he's right, though. But yeah, Stephen Dorff's 100% are right on that, all right? A lot of this stuff is worthless, all right? Forgettable movies, you won't remember them, all right? Those main ones that I discussed earlier in the video, those are going to be the ones that we're going to really latch on to. All of the stuff that's coming out now, Eternals and Shang-Chi, you know what I'm saying? You know, they got this new Shazam movie that's coming up. It's getting absolutely no buzz at all right now. And then, of course, you got Ant-Man, Quantumania, again, very little buzz. You know, a lot of people really aren't checking for that. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, folks, what do you think about Stephen Dorff and his comments on the status and the state of mainstream comic book films? Go ahead, drop down, give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.